It will last forever. How horrible. Worse than death. Worse than putrefaction. But who will save you, O mankind, if you love so much to be corrupt? You want to be corrupt. And I have torn a man from his sepulchre with one word, and with a multitude of words, and a multitude of sorrows. I shall not be able to tear away from sin men, millions of men. He sits down, and with his hands he covers his face dejectedly. A servant who is passing by sees him. He goes into the house. Shortly afterwards, Mary comes out. She goes towards Jesus, walking so lightly that she does not seem to be touching the ground. She approaches him and says in a low voice, "Rabboni, you are tired. Come, my Lord. Your tired apostles have gone to the other house, except Simon the Zealot." "Are you weeping, Master? Why?" She kneels at Jesus' feet. She watches him. Jesus looks at her. He does not reply. He stands up and directs his steps towards the house, followed by Mary. They go into one of the halls. Lazarus is not there. Neither is the zealot. But Martha is there. She is happy, transfigured by joy. She turns towards Jesus, explaining, "Lazarus has gone to the bathroom to purify himself further." Just a point there about Lazarus going to the bathroom to purify himself. It's easy for us Westerners to think, oh, he's gone to the bathroom, right, for a further wash. But actually, this will be, I'm certain, a ritual bath, because it's said to be purification, and the Jews had these ritual baths. Now, rather than just give you a snippet of information there, I want to draw your attention to a previous video. One of the videos I did when I first started recording these videos about Maria Valtorta. It was that first dozen or so which were given as proof of the truth of these visions, which once you watch those videos, you could see that this is worth paying attention to, that these visions are worth listening to or reading, because they are what actually happened 2,000 years ago. But the particular one I'm wanting to focus on now is the archaeological find in the 1980s of what seems to be Lazarus's Jerusalem palace, which would have been destroyed in the sack of Jerusalem by the Romans in AD 70. But that was found by a person who was deeply devoted to Maria Valtorta's writings and worked out where it was. Well, he guessed, but then Israeli archaeologists came along a decade later, because that was in the mid-80s. So actually in the early 90s, the Israeli archaeologists came along and actually dug. And they found this place. So the Valtorta devotee, he was only about 100 yards away. But in excavating down, a room was found in this palace, which is described in a way in Maria Valtorta's writings. Remember, she died in 1961, so she had no knowledge of that excavation. It's described as entirely red, and it's where Jesus has a banquet, maybe the last but one Passover, so the one before the Last Supper, basically. But most interestingly, this palace has places for ritual baths in it. So archaeologists are not sure what to make of it. Was it just a rich pagan's house, a rich Roman's house, but then it has these ritual baths? Or was it, but it seems to be too grand for a priest, because a priest would have a dwelling with ritual baths. But we know whose it is. It is Lazarus's, and he's clearly shown to be a person who takes ritual baths here in this very quick statement that's made in this writing, which we could easily miss. So, if you want to look at that video. There's 2 videos. I think it's talking about finding of Lazarus's mansion in Jerusalem. Can't remember the exact title of it.